Hey guys, welcome to the Money Talks with Jake. This episode will be part one of me teaching you how to spend your way out of debt and poverty. Have you ever tried to save and end up with less money than you started with? Have you ever asked yourself, why does this saving thing not work out for me? Is it me? Do I suck that damn bad? I bet you blamed yourself so much that you came up with BS excuses like you don't make enough or something always keeps happening, you got too many damn kids, I can't ever get ahead, blah, 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 blah. What if I told you that whole savings thing was a bunch of crap in the first place? Yeah, I said it. A bunch of crap in the first place. Like, really, who saves? It's hard for a reason. Because it just doesn't make sense. You know that one thing that you just can't do because you just, in your mind, it just doesn't make sense. You can't get yourself to do it. Yeah, that's kind of like the same thing with saving. Honestly, what are you saving for? Let me guess. A rainy day, emergency fund, that just in case account. Who taught you that? Your parents? Well, wait, let me take it back. Mine did too, but it's no big deal. My parents didn't know, and I'm sure your parents didn't know either. 63% of Americans, according to Forbes article, don't have more than $500 in their savings account. Did you know that? Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Is that 63% of America you? And if so, you probably should keep watching this video right now because I promise you I'm going to share 3 things with you that's going to absolutely change the dynamic. Wait, nope, 4. That's absolutely going to change the dynamic of how you're thinking about saving. 76% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. On Money CNN, it says that. So, I mean, gotta be true, right? The media and statistics show that. Your financial guru says that living paycheck to paycheck is a terrible thing. And I say it's only terrible if you're living paycheck to paycheck for things that don't matter. Most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck by choice, not by force. And if this is you, yep, you're part of the 76%. You probably need to keep watching this video too. Because what I'm about to share with you is absolutely going to blow your mind as well. Most of the rich and wealthy or well-off Americans are well off not because they're not living paycheck to paycheck, but because they understand the power of spending. I'm going to show you guys how to spend your way out of poverty and brokenness and waltz yourself into financial stability and then freedom like you won't believe. Now, let me back up. I know y'all are probably asking, what in the hell make Jake so qualified to come up with this theory to teach anybody anything, right? Well, I guess I'll just have to share you guys my story. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was in corporate America chilling with my bros. No, I'm kidding. Once upon a time, I was in corporate America making over $100,000 at 23 years old. And when I say corporate America, I'm not talking about like working at a bank firm, okay? I'm talking about, and I have my shades on so I can help read right down here. That's why I got my shades on. Not to look cool, because I don't want your eyes looking at my eyes look down here, okay? But I was a teacher. I had a nonprofit organization. I was really doing my thing. I was over $113,000 a year. I'm talking about literally living the life. And boy, did I look like it, right? In the cars, I drove 2015 BMW cars. I drove, I already said the cars, right? Yep, I said the cars. Clothes. I wore crazy clothes. Nike, like you wouldn't believe, like all name brand that you couldn't imagine. And the lifestyle I was buying to live in was absolutely not the lifestyle that I should have been living in. Long story short, I wanted out of corporate America. And I wanted to dive into becoming a business owner full time. Let's just say I dove kind of hard. I left the job, lost everything in my brand new BMWs like I was literally running away from the repo man. Just imagine somebody with expensive a BMW souped out, hiding in a garage. Not even his garage, his grandfather's garage, because he no longer had a house. Yeah, that was me. Back to my coolness. So I lost my loft, blah, 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 everything. But that's not the point that I'm making. Although in another video, I will tell you why that move of me diving into becoming a business owner too fast lost me at minimum $100,000. But that's not for this video. However, I survived going from making $100,000 a year to $100 a week on my entrepreneurial grind to a multiple six-figure revenuing financial firm and climbing. And it only took me struggling like my life depended on it a whole 2 years. Yeah, struggling. When I say struggling, I mean drinking water and eating chili cheese Fritos, making $100 a week because I couldn't afford nothing else, okay? I have been teaching financial literacy, education, whatever you want to call it, for 5 years, including while my stuff was getting repoed. Yeah, go figure, right? You got this young financial guru, self-proclaimed financial guru, teaching people how to stay financially healthy, and yet I'm struggling myself. It's because I was spending my money in the wrong areas. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. I've also written a book entitled We Are Sick, Surviving Financial Cancer. You can get this on my site, jaketaylor.com. Boom, get it. But this book was just about just bringing awareness to the people that are struggling with financial cancer and they don't know. And that book is to bring about awareness and absolutely help you cure yourself from that. So just like most people who you look up to, I had it all wrong. I was teaching people to save their way out of debt and poverty, and that was by far the worst advice I could have ever given anyone. Partly because I wasn't even saving myself, to be honest, because it just didn't make sense to me. Like, seriously, who saves? Don't say you, because statistically, most people are struggling with saving. And I'm going to talk more about that in a second. So, everything in life is forever moving. Nothing in life stays the same, nor does it sit still. Typically, if you are anything becomes sedentary, odds are death is not too far away from you. If you stop and you pay attention to life and go and study the daily flow of carbon dioxide and oxygen exchange from our trees and plants to the universe, everything is always forever moving. Actually, the more it moves and exchanges the oxygen and carbon dioxide, the more those trees and plants grow bigger and stronger. It's just the law of the land, the law of nature, the law of the universe. You've been beating yourself up for years and wondering why you suck at saving. And the truth is, we've all been lied to. What I'm about to share with you changed my life and is actively my aggressive plan to getting myself completely out of bad debt, because some debt is actually good for you, but we'll talk about that in another video too as well. So here are 3 beginner steps to rapidly getting yourself out of debt and poverty. Step 1. You like how I did that? Step 1. Okay. So if you don't spend your money, someone else will. Let's be honest here. What do you think is going to happen to your money while you keep it in the bank? In Wall Street? 401k? Should I keep going, or do you get the point? I'll explain even more. If your savings plan or your retirement plan or your investment plan has stipulations that sound something like this: keep your money in the account for, let's say, until you're 59 and a half. What do you think they're doing with the money that you're saving? Somebody is spending it. So if you don't learn how to spend your money the right way, somebody else will spend it for you, and odds are they're going to make more money spending your money than you will. So what's that saying? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. The same goes for becoming financially inclined. When wanting to become financially free, do as the wealthy do. Go all chips in on you. And I'll talk about that in a future step. Step 2, don't submit to the Houdini effect. Now, I know it's happened to you before. You look in your account, one day you see money in there. You look again a few days later, you will swear you've been robbed. LOL. I said LOL. I was supposed to laugh right there. It happens every month, right? So what do I mean by it happens every month? You look into your account, you see money there, and you're so scared to look into it because you know you've been robbed. That's called the Houdini effect. Your money just disappears. And it's because your money gets bored. That's why it finds places to go, like to food places, clothes, shoes you shouldn't be buying. Your money is more like a child. Unwatched, they get into shit. I got a daughter. Believe me, I know. They aren't supposed to. That's why banks are daily giving their money to those guys with the armor trucks, those Brinks guys. It's because the bank knows one true philosophy. If this money stays in this bank, odds are of somebody coming to take it from the bank are higher than if there's not enough money in the bank, right? So what am I saying? I'm saying don't submit to the Houdini effect. Stop looking into your account one day and wondering what in the hell happened to my money a few days later. Start to understand the importance that saving isn't your key to getting financially free. Spending actually will. And I'm going to talk to you about that in this next step. Learn how to become a spending assassin. I'm going to give you guys an example. Say, for an example, you want to go on a cruise, right? And this cruise that you want to go on, let's say it was $2,500. The very first thing the cruise will do, they'll tell you you need to spend $300 to lock in your deposit. Then after that, you have to spend a certain amount of money every single month in order to buy off that cruise. You're not saving for the cruise. You're buying the cruise. Understand that philosophy. Understand that concept, right? Most of us naturally, we want to spend. Money in your pocket is literally like a burning hole. It's like arsenic in your pocket. You just got to get it out because it hurts so bad that you have money in your account. Let me tell you, if money is in your account, you're going to spend it. You have to zero net allocate your money. You have to spend your money like an assassin and have the cruise effect with everything. Stop saying you're saving your money for an emergency fund. Nobody freaking saves their money for an emergency fund like that. So say, for an example, if I were to ask you right now, what are you saving your money for? You say, well, for my emergency fund. I'm going to say, what emergency? You're going to say, well, just in case something happens. What's going to happen? Be specific. Are your tires going to go out? And if that's the case, go to the tire shop and look up the 4 tires and say, how much does it cost to buy 4 tires? And go ahead and start buying those 4 tires. You're not saving your money. You're buying 4 tires, and you're putting that into account to sit there for those 4 tires when it goes out of whack. That's what that money's for. You don't touch it for anything because it's already been bought. Say an example, you're saving money 3 months ahead for rent. Spend your money as if you're already paying that rent. Once that rent gets bought, put that money into a separate account so that money you know is for rent. Understand this. The more you think saving, the harder it will be for you to save. The more you think spending, the more you'll understand the concept. Typically, when you spend, you know you're not getting the money back. However, when we save, we think that we can just go get the money whenever. Go ahead and have that concept and understand, I need to spend like an assassin. Because if you don't spend like an assassin, you know, somebody that goes and kills somebody, if you don't spend with that same mindset, you're just going to be having money go everywhere. Be extremely specific in what you want to buy. Buy that, set that aside, and allocate that that's what that is for, and do not touch that money. Now, 4, learn to spend your money on freedom. Stop spending your money for jail, poverty, or debt. Understand one thing. There's only 2 ways you can get free. Buying your way or dying. There's only 2 ways. So you either have to buy your freedom, not save to freedom. You have to buy your freedom. What do I mean by that? I'm not talking about buying vacations where you seem to be free. You know, like those movies when those guys get jailed, they're in jail for a long time, and then they get to go see their family. Like they get out for like a week to go see their family, and they got to come back to jail. That's like vacation, okay? Don't do that. Understand, freedom is not being subjugated to anyone's thumb. And you stop hiding from credit collectors and the people that you owe money to. Understand one thing. Get extremely, extremely disciplined in spending your way to freedom. Any debt that you have, spend your way out of poverty. Anybody that you owe, or any student loans, or any credit card problems, spend your way out of that. So that you understand the one philosophy. You can never save your way to financial freedom. You can't save your way to financial freedom. You have to buy your way out. Then when you buy your way out, you have taught yourself to never keep money in your account. So now you're allocating your money. Once you get free, you are going to begin to start buying property and buying land because you know if that money stays in your account, you're going to spend it on things you shouldn't be spending it on. Don't save your money to freedom. That's a lie. Nobody cares about you saving your money unless they're a financial advisor and they're making money off of the money that you're supposedly saving. That's a whole nother video. We're going to go more in detail. If you didn't get anything from this video, get this. Stop saving, start spending, because your freedom is dependent on it. This is Jake, and I'll see you at the top because the bottom's too crowded. Peace!
All I do is rap though. Yeah. Want me on your song? Throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. Yup. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing.